I got Titan Hunter all dressed up in Celtic Catty 0.8. We're going to test these guys out. Don't go away. Alright guys, we're going to be having some fun in the wind here today with the Titan Hunter and some 0.8 Celtic Catty bands. We're going to take 20-25 shots on this 30mm flipper here, see if we can get some hits to warm up the bands. Then we're going to go ahead and do a draw weight at 30 inches and give you an idea of how heavy these bands are. Then we're going to do a penetration test. Then we're going to do a speed test with the Chrony. And then when all that's done, I'm going to give you my overall thoughts on the experience with these bands, and we'll talk about them a little bit. But next thing's up. We just got to get these bands warmed up. So let's get the camera down there and start taking some shots. All right, we got the Titan Hunter all dressed up in Celtic Catty 0.8. They're tapered from 25 to 15, and we've got a 9.5mm GZK pit locating pouch. And we're going to go ahead and take some shots with this guy with the 9.5, but we will test the 11mm steel with the same pouch. It's a little bit big for this pouch, but I think we'll get by with it. All right, here we go. Let's warm up these bad boys. Last shot. There we go. Good hit. Nice. Well, just from the warm-up, I have to say these bands are pretty decent. For 0.8 bands, shooting them maxed out, the draw weight doesn't seem to be that bad. Now I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the teens when we test it, but all things considered, it still seems to be manageable for heavy ammo, heavy bands. So they actually turned out to be an accurate shooter. To put as many hits on that little flipper as we did, I don't know. So far, so good. All right, we came in at 5.3 kilograms or 11.8 pounds. Have a look. All right, we got the close-up camera set up. We got the can set up. Let's take our first shot with 9.5mm steel and see what kind of penetration we get. Ooh, that was a vicious hit. We hit this pretty high. Now you could see right up here on the top of the lid, it actually crushed that part in too. And on the back end, I've got a little dimple. I'm pretty sure that if we didn't hit this this lip, that was a through and through. I'm going to go ahead and turn this sideways now and try the shot with 11mm steel, and we'll see how it goes. Close-up camera is right up here somewhere, and we got 11mm steel. Let's see how this goes. Man. I don't think we got penetration. I think it bounced right back. Let's go. All right, we got some massive dent, but no penetration. I'm going to set up this can the back way again, just to try another shot, see how it is. I did hit it really low where it's the most bendy, so let's see if we can get one more good shot on there. Yeah. All right, we hit that one dead center. I mean, look what it did to the can. That's massive damage. No penetration, but that's exploding any kind of critter head that hits. Let me tell you, that's a savage beating right there. Anyway, time for a speed test. 248.3. $253.9. 252. 252.9. 257.6. I have one extra shot here. I'm going to take it anyway just to see. I seem to have a little bit extra band on these. These stretched out quite a bit. And 262.6. All right, so I have to think that those first couple shots were a little bit on the low side. I think we're probably sitting around the 260s. These bands tend to stretch. They seem to have stretched out quite a bit. I've got a little bit of extra. In the beginning, they weren't giving me that much during the warm-up. So let's try 11mm steel. 223.2. I'm just going to stretch them right out as far as I can, and I think we're going to give the accuracy part of this just a pass. 233.2. 223.3. It's actually hard to shoot like this. 221.8. 223.3, and I got one extra shot. We'll shoot this one as well. And 224.0. Here comes first shots, 9.5mm steel. 263.5. 277.3. 278.5. Let's see if we can get it in the 280s. 284. I gotta pull way back. 288.9. It's pretty decent. Here comes the 11mm steel. 249.2. That's fast. 248.4. 244.8. 252.9. There we go. Last shot. 250.1. These 0.8 bands get 2 thumbs up for me. Let me explain why. So when we warmed up the bands, we were able to get a lot of hits on that guy in the wind, blowing around with a heavier draw weight, but not absurdly heavy, but a heavier draw weight. We were able to still make quite a bit of contact with that 30mm flipper from 10 meters away. The draw on it seems to be pretty even, but doesn't feel as heavy as it is. It's got a good stretch to it, but it actually shoots. It actually feels kind of like an even draw. It doesn't come back to a rah! You have to fight it back that last bit. It doesn't do that. It kind of just stretches back until it stops, which is right there. The one thing I did notice about the bands is that on my first few shots on the warm-up, I was stretching it right back to my draw weight, and that was it. That's all it had. It did seem to stretch out a little bit, so I think that in the future, if I wanted to max these bands out, I would probably cut them a little bit on the shorter side, maybe like a ½ centimeter or so, and that would bring me to where it was. So here, this is my draw, and I have this still. It gave me that extra little bit, so I think a ½ centimeter shorter would have been perfect after the break-in period. Draw weight. Draw weight was 11 point something. I can't remember exactly. It was like 5.4 kilograms or something like that. Anyway, not bad. Not bad for 0.8 bands. Cut from 25 to 15. That's pretty decent. I have to say that's pretty decent. Yeah, it's heavier than shooting the lighter bands that I shoot, but that's actually pretty decent. And the draw on it's pretty smooth. These Celtic Catty bands, they have a really nice draw. Very similar to 100%. The impacts. The 9.5mm steel put some serious damage in that cap that was on that can. I think we would have had a through and through if we didn't hit that. And it put pretty massive damage. It put a pretty big hole in there and put a dent on the back end. It was on its way out anyway. The 11mm steel didn't poke a hole, but actually I missed a shot in the beginning and it broke my plastic bucket, which I've hit many, many times before, but it put a damn big hole in there. So it didn't go through the can, but it crushed the can almost flat. I mean, look at this. Look at that damage it put on there. That's a huge dent. That's a huge dent. Any kind of critter head that's hitting, it's game over. And probably some body shots too. It'll take out animals. So if you're thinking about hunting with the kind of bands like this, Celtic Catty 0.8, 100%, that's taking care of business. That was massive damage, massive trauma on a can. So you can imagine what it would do to an animal. Anyway, that said, I'm giving these bands 2 thumbs up because of the draw. The draw is very smooth, very even, and the draw weight isn't excessively heavy for heavy bands like this. So I think that gives it makes them a good, accurate shooter. And I guess that's about it, guys. I mean, all things considered, we're pretty good. We're looking pretty good, and it did all of that in 5-degree weather. So I don't know. We're gonna have to test these guys again in some warmer weather in the near future, but I'm talking like summer weather, not indoor weather. So we can get probably even a little bit more speed than what we got out here today. So that said, guys, Celtic Catty 0.8, fantastic bands. They got to bring these back in full effect so we can get them everywhere. I'm telling you. Anyway, that's just me, my opinion. You guys take care, get out and practice, stay safe, be good to each other. I'll see you again soon. I love you guys. You're freaking awesome. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button for me and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you want to get your hands on some of these bands, check out Purse Nets and Fox Nets on Facebook and Instagram. But it won't be long before he's got a website running, and I'll definitely add the link to that if it's up and running by the time I post this video. If you guys are interested in trying some more Celtic Catty bands, I'll attach a couple of links with speed tests and the whole deal on this end screen here. But for now, you guys take care, stay safe, teach your kid to shoot. I'll see you again soon.